Happy Thanksgiving from the Health Ranger Store, Natural News. I'm Mike Adams, the Health Ranger. I appreciate your support during 2019, and I'm going to give you a brief here in this video of what we have coming up in 2020. And your support is very much needed in order for us to pursue these important goals. We've got some really interesting projects that I think will benefit humanity in some profound ways. New tools for you to exercise free speech. New search engine coming up that focuses on natural health and even vaccine information, things like that. So just stay tuned. That's all coming up. Got some big announcements for 2020. So check out healthrangerstore.com during the Black Friday sales days, which is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And even for those who want VIP access, which is the early bird access to all the specials that we have running, 4 days of specials, you can get VIP access by just going to food.news, which is a new food-focused website with a new newsletter that's just about food, and like no politics, no technology, no science. It's just food recipes, stuff like that. Sign up there for the email newsletter, and you'll be given VIP access, which is the early bird 24-hour head start on all of our Black Friday specials. So just sign up at food.news to get that. Otherwise, you can just go to healthrangerstore.com and start shopping. It really starts at 10 p.m. on Thanksgiving night. If you're awake, I don't know, if you're not already smashed or stuffed or laying on the couch or maybe snoozing, I don't know at that point. Who knows? Those days can be quite fulfilling. But Friday morning is the official open, but you can jump in 10 p.m. the night before if you wish. Anyway, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, all these specials on survival and preparedness items, nutrition, superfoods, home care, personal health care, cosmetics, things like that, healthrangerstore.com. Now, your purchases support all of these projects that I'm going to mention now. This is what we have coming up. This is good stuff. I got a few notes here. First of all, number one, we've made lots of improvements to Brighteon.com, the YouTube alternative for free speech. Brighteon.com now has categories and subscribes. So you can post your videos on Brighteon.com, and those videos can be in the health category or the technology or the entertainment category, and you can gain followers of your channel who will see your video when they log in. On their homepage, they will see all your new videos with zero shadow banning. So this is the alternative to YouTube. Thousands of people are using it. I don't know, tens of thousands at this point, it seems like. There are hundreds of thousands of videos in the system and more coming on all the time. We built that. I think we spent 1.5 million, maybe at this point. Maybe it's 2 million. It's something in that range. I'm not the accountant. I'm sorry. I don't have the exact numbers, but it's millions on that platform to make it so that you can have free speech to talk about the things that matter to you. Maybe it's the truth about vaccines. Maybe it's anti-cancer remedies and cures or anti-cancer foods. Maybe you want to talk about GMOs and the dangers of glyphosate. Or maybe you want to talk about the right of self-defense. Or maybe you just want to talk about patriotism or liberty or America or, I don't know, some politically incorrect topic of your choice. Fill in the blank. And you've been banned on YouTube. Well, come to Brighteon.com. You can post your videos there. You can embed those videos on your web pages. You can share those videos. You can email links to the videos. You can gain subscribers and followers, all that stuff. So we built that because of your support. Now, here's what's cool that's coming up in 2020. We're going to be spinning off a separate video subsite that's nothing but vaccine videos. And any video that you upload to Brighteon that's about vaccines will automatically be syndicated to this vaccine video website with no additional effort on your part. This will be a separate URL. You will automatically have your channel on that new destination, and you'll be able to share videos using either URL, either Brighteon.com or the new vaccine website, which we haven't released the name yet. But it's a good domain name. We've already got it. That's going to be rolling out soon. And we're not going to stop with that. We're going to have a video website focused just on food and another video website focused just on survival and prepping. So no matter what your interest, and we'll do more of these as well, you can find a video website that's focused on the topics that you like, or you can post to that website and share the URL of that website if you just want your audience to focus on that specific topic, such as food and recipes or what have you. So that's pretty cool. And our investment, by the way, in that whole project has really paid off because We were able to lower our video storage and transcoding costs by 90%, making it very economically sustainable. So as long as we have just even baseline level support, we can keep that project going and we can grow it and expand it and roll out more websites so that you can exercise free speech, even in an environment when the tech giants are suppressing your freedom to express yourself. Second thing, we have a new search engine that's going to launch. Now, you may recall a couple years ago, we launched kind of a pilot search engine called Good Gopher. This new search engine is way better than that. This new search engine uses really advanced new technology, and it has much better search results, and it will be focused on natural health, nutrition, anti-cancer foods, health and wellness, basically. So it's a vertical search engine, you might say. In other words, it focuses on this one vertical area, health and wellness, which branches into nutrition and medicine and anti-cancer information and things like that. It gets into vaccines and it gets into GMOs and nutritional supplements, all those topics, hospitals, what have you. But it's going to be a vastly improved search experience, and you will see many of your favorite sites indexed in that search engine, including not only Natural News, of course, but also Mercola.com and other websites like that. So it'll be a one-stop place to find search results from all the best, most authoritative sites in the realm of natural health, like greenmedinfo.com, for example, will be there as well. Okay, so that's coming soon. Another thing that we are doing that's coming up is we are announcing a structured nanoparticle kind of, I don't know what you call a home recipe that you can make your own structured nanoparticles that have anti-cancer properties. Now, we aren't selling this, or otherwise I couldn't say anti-cancer, right? Because we have no free speech in America when it comes to medicine. I'm not selling this. I'm giving it away. I'm giving away this knowledge to humanity, how to make your own medicine for pennies on the dollar. And this project, which we're doing a patent application so that it's documented and released to the public through the patent office. And if they deny the patent, then we'll just release it anyway. It doesn't matter. But we hope they patent it so that it's actually, there's a federal record of this process and this invention. And the invention will be then essentially public domain. It'll be given for everyone to use with certain precautions and disclaimers that will be offered when we release this. There'll be videos and articles and even some photos that show you how to make this medicine yourself very inexpensively. You could do it in a simple version for under $50. Okay, that's how simple it is to make this medicine. And this technique, I stumbled across it when I was doing research for another project, which I'll explain in a minute. And I was reading all these science papers, dozens of science papers that talked about nanoparticle creation using botanically end-capped, basically particles or ionic elements and things like that. And this is used by Big Pharma to create nanoparticles that they use for research and also for drug delivery to specific organs or specific receptor sites throughout the body. And what I came to realize is that a lot of this is powerful anti-cancer technology, essentially, that delivers an anti-cancer payload to certain organs in your body. And I thought, you know what? I need to really just demonstrate this, put it on camera, show people how to make it, because the video is pretty cool. You can actually see it happening. You can literally see the nanoparticle creation taking place in real time. And even though you can't see the particles themselves, you can see the effects of it. It's really cool. And you'll be able to then use this product yourself, again, with certain precautions and so on. It's very safe, though. It's all derived from safe elements and safe botanicals and things like that, things that are readily used and consumed right now. But there's a certain structure when you combine these in a certain way using this process that creates structured nanoparticles that have certain efficacy for certain organs in the body and certain uses. And you can make all kinds of nanoparticles using the same method or just variations of it. So I'm going to give you that as well. And that's all just free for you. It's the way we work. You support us, and we spend time and money doing research and science and messing around in the lab and finding these amazing new things and then releasing those to you. And I intend to really do a lot more of this. This is where I feel that I'm the most aligned with my personal mission of being here, is sharing public knowledge about things that people need to know. Humanity should have access to all the intellectual property of medicine, as far as I'm concerned. I'm opposed to corporations patenting medicine like Big Pharma. I think it's disastrous for human health and suffering and so on. Why should the drug companies profit from keeping people sick when we could spread information for free that helps people stay well for pennies of their own money, not from me? Again, I don't have a commercial interest in this. This is just, let's just put it out there for free and let humanity benefit from this. And it also works in third world countries, by the way, and you don't even need an electrical outlet to do this. There are no motors, there are no pumps. You need some heat though, but you can have heat from, a camp stove if you want. That actually works with this technique. So it's pretty darn amazing. All right, next thing, just two more things here. We're going to be releasing a lot more glyphosate results in 2020. We developed a really great glyphosate quantitation method in our lab over the last 2 years or so, 2.5 years. And we've recently been working through how to get good glyphosate quant results out of many different varieties of off-the-shelf foods. In lab testing, they're called different matrices, such as fatty acid rich foods like a chocolate bar or flaxseed, something like that, versus a grain or a cereal like a breakfast cereal or oats or something, versus fruits and vegetables, or even that versus certain nutritional supplements like 5-HTP powder, let's say, or magnesium powder. How do you test all these different things? It's very difficult, actually, but we've worked out methods for testing almost everything for glyphosate. And because of this, we have been doing extensive in-house testing of our own production lots and the raw materials that we're considering and so on. And we have seen some alarming levels of glyphosate in quite a few things, like that organic wheatgrass juice powder that I mentioned earlier. But we're also seeing very high levels of glyphosate in off-the-shelf products, especially children's breakfast cereals, I'm not going to name the companies, but just the most popular cereal brands that you can think of, maybe that'll come to you in a Snap or a Crackle or a Pop or something like that. The most popular cereals, they have a lot of glyphosate in them. And the rolled oats, even the oatmeal, the instant oatmeal, a lot of it's filled with crazy amounts of glyphosate, in my view. I consider crazy to be, hundreds of parts per billion, let's say. There are some clean foods as well, but there's a lot of contamination in certain areas, such as beans and legumes, as well as certain grains like oats, like I mentioned. So we're going to be releasing more of those results in 2020 so that you can shop with information about what's clean and what's not clean, and maybe which brands are to be trusted or which ones maybe don't have clean products. But our goal is to use this technology that we have in this triple quad mass spec instrument to bring you these data so that you can avoid glyphosate in your own grocery shopping as much as possible. We're going to be opening up glyphosate testing to the public. So you'll be able to send us your sample of a grain or a fruit or a vegetable or a supplement or something like that, and maybe your homegrown, tomatoes, and we'll be able to test your sample for glyphosate and give you back the results in a PDF file so you can see the actual quantitation. Now, we don't test body fluids, by the way, so we can't test your urine for glyphosate, and we're not testing breast milk currently. But you know what? If you're getting glyphosate in your food, it's in your urine, it's in your breast milk, it's in your skin, it's everywhere in your body if it's in your food. So you can test your foods, your favorite meals or supplements, and you can get answers from that. Okay, lastly, the new product. We have been working very hard on this for quite a while, and I'm really just enthused about this invention. This is a new silver gel, a first aid gel that we're releasing this Black Friday, Thanksgiving sales event at healthrangerstore.com. Now, this silver gel is really different, and it's rather amazing. It combines 3 types of silver to help defend your skin against external threats and support your natural healing process for, scratches or light wounds or light burns, things like that. It's not a blood stop gel. It doesn't stop bleeding. And of course, if you're bleeding seriously, you should seek medical attention. But I'm talking about minor scratches and insect bites, or minor burns and things like that. You need a silver gel. Guess what? This works great. It combines 3 types of silver: ionic silver, colloidal silver, and then what we're releasing this as a new term, biostructured silver. Now, it is a structured nanoparticle, but it's biostructured with certain botanical molecules that are extracted from common medicinal herbs. And I'll explain this more on the landing page for this silver gel. You can see it at healthrangerstore.com. So it's 3 different types of silver. And these 3 types all have different modes of operation. So it's a triple action formula for defending yourself, defending your skin, for small wounds and things like that. First aid use, to clarify. And because it's triple acting, it is more effective than any one of those types of silver by itself. Now, it takes us 12 days to make the silver in water, because we're using a direct current method that starts with almost 18 megohm water, which is a measure of its insulative properties or resistance. 18 megohm water means it's almost a perfect insulator. I don't mean to get too technical here, but it means that the silver particles that are created in that environment, when you empower silver electrodes in the water, they are the tiniest particles imaginable. They are positively charged ionic silver elements. This is atomic silver, like piece by piece, standalone, isolated atoms of silver with a positive charge that are then widely dispersed throughout the water. And you can only get that very, very small particle creation with very wide saturation and dispersal if you go very slow on this using a direct current technology with high resistance water. Now, here's something cool about this, and I'll talk about this more later in another video, but we use rainwater. Now, the rainwater, and that's 100% rainwater is what we use, is Texas rainwater. We then deionize it using a laboratory deionizer. Now, what that does is it takes all the ions out of the water, which means the water can no longer conduct electricity, almost none at all. It is an insulator at that point, or a near insulator. Now, technically, there's a very small amount of conductance in the water that still allows 18 megohm water to serve its function in carrying a current between a cathode and electrode and so on, and making the silver. The plates have to be electrically charged. So there is silver creation happening, but it's very, very slow. It takes us 12 days to make this silver water, literally 12 days. And so it's a very slow process, but it's very, very tiny particle size. As a result, this is the most effective, most potent silver that I've ever seen. I mean, I ran Petri dish testing, I did incubators, I tested all different types of silver. I bought, I think, 4 different silver generators to test them, industrial scale generators, to see what would work best. And I found a wide array of results, and some were good and some were bad. So I took the best ones, tweaked them, made them even better. And now we have this silver gel, First Aid silver gel. It's guaranteed to be a minimum of 50 parts per million silver, but not big chunks of silver clusters like big colloidal silver. It's tiny, tiny ionic silver. That's how it starts out. Very tiny particles created over 12 days. And yet it's over 50 parts per million. Now, technically, we're testing these right now in the lab, and many of them are coming in at 60 to 65 parts per million, but we're only guaranteeing 50 parts per million. But the particle size is also very, very small as this is happening. And there's some special things that we do during this process that allow us to keep particle size very small, even as we have the concentration very high. Now, that's not the end of what's cool about this silver gel, and I didn't mean to make this a whole infomercial about this product. I'll describe it more later. But we also combine 7 functional botanicals in this formula as well. And they include lemon essential oil, peppermint, cinnamon, rosemary, thymol, which is an extract from thyme, plus oregano, and a few other things. And this creates a second layer of functional molecules that are botanically derived. And then there's aloe vera on top of that. And then we have, the color for it just comes from beetroot extract, just beetroot, organic, by the way. And so there's nothing in there that's artificial. There's no synthetic chemicals. There's no synthetic colors, no synthetic fragrance. There's no sodium benzoate. There's no petroleum products. There are no petroleum emulsifiers. Nothing. It's the cleanest, most eco-friendly. I mean, it's incredible. This silver gel is even made 70% of the energy that goes into it comes from solar power, by the way. And it's all rainwater. 100% of the water is rainwater from Central Texas. So we've really got a great process for this. The gel is coming out. You can find it at healthrangerstore.com. Just look for biostructured silver first aid gel, or just type in first aid gel, where it'll be featured there. You'll probably see it on the front page. It's really cool. So far, we only have a really small bottle, relatively small. It's like little under 2 ounces, but we're going to have bigger bottles in the future. We're going to have bigger sizes for agricultural use because people need it for their horses and their sheep and their cattle and their farm dogs and everything. I mean, I've been using it on myself and also my dogs on my ranch, and my donkeys are not injured at the moment, but if they were, I would definitely use it on them. And I've got a colleague who's been using this on a horse and a dog as well with just astonishing results. So this is a very, very good product. It's a breakthrough product. It's the most amazing formulation that I think you've ever seen in a first aid gel. I mean, no one's put this together like this. And I've spent many months putting all of this together. So again, your support is what makes all this possible. You know, look, I have this weird kind of mind for trying to learn things. I'm eternally curious. I want to know how things work. I want to know how to stay healthy. How do you eliminate heavy metals? How do you heal wounds? How do you reverse cancer, perhaps? You know, how do you use mass spec instruments and detect pesticides and herbicides? How do you do all these things? I'm curious all the time. But I also have this drive to share things with you. Whatever I learn, I just feel compelled to share it, to speak it out. It's why I'm here, you know, and I've been told that by a lot of people too. This is why you're here, they say. Yeah, I know this is why I'm here. It's because that's why I feel so compelled to do this. I can't stop it. I can't help it. I have to learn things and I have to share things. It's like a compulsion. I don't know. This is just the way I operate. It's the way I'm wired, okay? So as long as I have a viable economic system in which to do that, I'm going to keep doing it. I can't turn it off. You know, God doesn't want me to stop, whatever it is. I'm just going to keep learning things that impact your life, and I'm going to keep sharing those things. And sharing them with the world. Sometimes it's a product that has to be manufactured. Sometimes it's a technology where I give you the information for free, give you the recipe, release the patent, just show you how to do it. Here's a video, here's an article, step-by-step procedure. Here's how you can do this yourself. You know, these are the things that I'm into. And what I'd really like to do is decentralize human knowledge on all these topics. I'd like everybody in every country in the world, including developing nations, to know how to cure cancer, how to stop diabetes, how to eliminate arsenic from well water, which is so incredibly easy. I just can't believe that people don't know how to do that. How do you grow clean food? You know, how do you reverse chronic degenerative disease using foods from a garden that you can grow yourself? How do you make sprouts medicinal? You know, how do you synthesize natural anti-cancer medicine using a freaking jar and half a cup of water? I mean, and some sprout seeds. How do you do that? It's easy. It's incredibly easy. I mean, the biggest shock of all this is that we live in a world where every remedy has already been provided for us by Mother Nature. That's what's incredible to me. After all these years of doing what I do and teaching people about health and nutrition, it's all the answers to cancer, diabetes, and Alzheimer's disease and everything, and pollution and heavy metals poisoning of water. All the answers already exist, and they're found in nature. Mother Nature has already created all the molecules we will ever need, like cannabinoids, for example, naturally compatible with the endocannabinoid system in our bodies. You know, from the elements and the organic molecules and the synthesized molecules that come from plants. We have all the resources that we need to solve all the major health problems of the world. It's all out there. The answers already exist. In fact, they're right in front of us. We just have to be wise enough and maybe humble enough to say, hey, we don't have to create artificial chemicals and call them pharmaceuticals and get monopoly patents on them and have FDA protection, so people pay insane prices for prescription drugs at the local pharmacy, drugs that make them feel worse, so they have to get another high-profit, monopolized prescription drug with price fixing, just on and on and on. That's not the answer to human health, folks. And I know you know this, but the real answer is found in looking beyond big pharma and the medical industrial complex and going out into nature and finding those molecules that nature has already created for us, and finding those solutions that exist out there and making them practical for real people like you and me. And that is what I do. That's what I do. If you could describe the mission now of Natural News and my lab and Health Ranger here, what is it that we do? We seek out knowledge that is already baked into nature, you might say. There's blueprints of this written all in nature. We seek out that knowledge, we tease it out of the natural systems, and then we categorize it and explain it and share it with humanity to create decentralized knowledge so that these natural cures and these remedies and these ways to prevent suffering become part of the human knowledge base. This giant encyclopedia of human knowledge across the planet must include these things. And that's my mission. And that's what you're supporting when you support us. So shop at healthrangerstore.com. Take advantage of the holiday sales. The Black Friday, Thanksgiving, and we have some other promos coming up closer to Christmas, things like that. Take advantage of these. Support our work, and you'll be supporting humanity's knowledge that helps save lives, end human suffering, improve quality of life, and help prevent people from going into medical bankruptcies because they needed expensive drugs and expensive surgeries and expensive chemotherapy and all these things that don't work. Health is affordable. Health is achievable for a fraction of what we are paying as a nation to try to treat disease. That's the big answer to all of this. The big secret in all of this is that health doesn't have to cost a fortune and it doesn't have to bankrupt a nation. And I'm going to show you how to achieve that very inexpensively. So thank you for your support. It means a lot to me. When I see the sales come in, it inspires me to know I've got that backing to be able to fund the lab for another year, or to purchase the raw materials or the standards that I need to conduct the testing. I've got that financial backing to be able to pursue this, to pay for the bandwidth, to pay for the websites, to pay for the lawyers, everything. It costs a lot of money to do what we do. Build the Brighteon system, build the new search engine. It takes millions of dollars. But thanks to your support, we're getting those millions coming in. So I very much appreciate it. Thank you for your support. I'm Mike Adams, the Health Ranger, and I hope to see you taking advantage of our specials at healthrangerstore.com. We've got a lot coming up in 2020, and with your help, we'll be able to pursue all these goals, get them all done, and maybe add some more to them as well. Thank you again. Most of the health products and supplements that you buy at Amazon or Whole Foods or grocery stores are never tested for glyphosate, pesticides, heavy metals, or even microbiology. At our store, healthrangerstore.com, we test everything we sell. We offer the cleanest, lab-verified products sold anywhere in the world. Healthrangerstore.com, over 700 products for health and home, all laboratory validated and tested for your safety. Check it out at healthrangerstore.com.